What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the title of the video, we're going to be doing the Los Angeles Rams 2025 record prediction. And with that out of the way, we'll hop right into it. Alright, so week 1 they will be playing against the Houston Texans at home. Texans definitely are a decent team. CJ Stroud is definitely a franchise quarterback. But I do have the Rams winning this one just because they're at home, and I do think that their defensive line can get after the Texans' leaky offensive line. So I'm going to say the Rams win this one and improve to 1-0. Alright, and for week 2, they will be on the road taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Titans had the first overall pick for a reason. They have probably a rookie quarterback starting in Cam Ward. So the Rams should win this one pretty easily. I think they will and improve to 2-0. Alright, heading into week 3, they'll go from the worst team in the league last year to the best team in the league last year, the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, and it'll be on the road. I honestly don't like this matchup for anybody, not the Rams, not even the Rams, even though I think they are a good team. I think they'll struggle in this game, and I think they're going to lose this game and drop to 2-1. Alright, and for week 4, the Rams will be back at SoFi Stadium taking on the Indianapolis Colts. This is another game. It's like the Titans. I mean, the Colts, I think, will be better than the Titans, but not by much. And the fact that this is at home also benefits the Rams. The Colts have their own issues with quarterback, and until you get quarterback figured out in the NFL, your team's not going to be very good. So I'm going to say the Rams win this game and improve to 3-1. Alright, and for week 5, the Rams are going to be at home taking on the 49ers on Thursday Night Football. And I think the Rams are going to win this game. I mean, they're at home, and the 49ers roster got worse, while the Rams roster, in my opinion, stayed about the same. And I'm going to say they win this game. And if you watched my 49ers video, you already knew I was going to say the Rams are going to win. But yeah, the Rams are going to win this game and improve to 4-1. Alright, heading into week 6, they will be back on to Sunday, like every other team usually is, and be playing on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. And I don't really like the Rams in this one. Not because the Rams are a bad team. They're obviously a good team. But the Ravens just have such a stacked roster. I just think the Rams are going to struggle to keep up with them. And, I mean, it's kind of like what I said about the Eagles. It applies to the Ravens, maybe to a lesser extent because, you know, they aren't as talented as the Eagles, but definitely still a problem for the Rams. So I'm going to say they lose this game and drop to 4-2. Alright, heading into week 7, the Rams will be traveling across the country all the way to London to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this game, in theory, the Rams should be the better team, but at the same time, the Jags always play in London, so I feel like they basically have that be their second home, which is ironic because they're the home team, but, you know, the Jags are just more familiar with London, and I think that is going to cause a threat to the Rams, and I'm going to say that the Rams actually lose this game and drop down to 4-3. Alright, so week 8 is the Rams bye week, sitting at 4-3, definitely not a terrible start, and, I mean, as long as they don't fall apart, probably should make the playoffs. We'll see how I see the rest of their season shaping up. Alright, so for week 9, they're going to be back at home playing against the New Orleans Saints. And I'm not going to lie, this game really requires no explanation. The Saints are genuinely going to be a horrific team. And the Rams are a borderline Super Bowl contender. And they're coming off their bye week, and they're at home. There's no way in hell I see them losing this game. I'm going to say they win this game and improve to 5-3. Alright, so jumping into week 10, they're playing against their 49er rivals for the second time. This time it'll be at Levi Stadium. And I think this will be a really good game because I see both the Rams and 49ers being pretty decent teams this year. But I'm going to give the edge to the Rams just because I think they're a more clutch team, and I think this is one of those games that could decide who wins the division or who gets a playoff berth or something like that. So I'm going to say that the Rams win this game and improve their record to 6-3. Alright, heading into Week 11, they will be back at home playing against their division rivals, Seattle Seahawks. And this, I think, will be a really good game. It's two division rivals that I think are both going to be pretty decent this year. And I'm actually going to say the Rams lose this game. You can't really be perfect in the NFL. And this is going to be an example of that, as I have the Seahawks winning this game in a sort of upset-ish way because I think the Rams are better. But I still think the Seahawks are going to be quite a thorn, and them winning this game will be proof of that. So I'm going to say the Rams drop this and drop to 6-4. All right, their next game is going to be against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this is another game. It appears to be on Sunday Night Football, and I think this will be a really good game because I think both teams are going to be in the playoffs. And I mean, that's the thing. The Bucs, I feel like, are going to be another problem, kind of like the Seahawks, but in my opinion, a little better. And I think the Rams are going to lose this one too. And I've been losing back-to-back games so far and dropping down to 6-5. All right, heading into Week 13, they're going to be on the road again, playing against the Carolina Panthers. And, you know, they've lost 2 in a row, so they're in a bit of a slump right now. And the Panthers, although I still don't think they're going to be very good, I do think they could steal one away from the Rams. And I think that's what's going to happen here, just because the Rams have lost 2 in a row, and they're kind of reeling at this point in time. So I'm going to say they lose this one and drop down to 6-6. All right, and for Week 14, they will be on the road for the second straight week, playing against their division rival Arizona Cardinals for the first time this season. And I'm going to say the Rams do win this game and get back on track after losing 3 in a row, just because the Cardinals, I don't think they're a terrible team, but at the same time, they're just not on the level of their other 3 division rivals. And I think the Rams are going to easily take care of business here and finally snap their losing streak and get back on track with the dub and go to 7-6. All right, heading into Week 15, we have probably one of the best games of the season. You have the Rams, who have Matthew Stafford, who played for the Lions for a long time, taking on Jared Goff and the Lions, who played for the Rams for a long time. So definitely some get your popcorn ready type of game play here. And I think this is going to be a great game. And the Lions are most likely going to be favored to win this game. But I do think the Rams are going to win this game. And I think this is going to be a season-defining win. So I'm going to say they win this and improve their record to 8-6. All right, and they will be back on Thursday Night Football playing their Seattle Seahawks rivals for the second time this year in Week 16. And this is another game that could pretty much define their season. So I think they're going to come out on top and get revenge for their loss earlier in the year to the Seahawks. They're going to win this game and improve their record to 9-6. All right, and for their next game in Week 17, they will be on the road for the second straight week, and they will be playing against the Atlanta Falcons. And they're coming off a mini bye week, too, because of the Thursday Night Football. And I'm going to say they win this game because I think they're better than the Falcons, and I don't see a reason why they would lose a game like this late in the season. So I'm going to say that they win this game and improve their record to 10-6. And finally, to close out the regular season, they will be playing against the Arizona Cardinals for the second time, at home this time. And, you know, you'd think they would win this game because they're 10-6, and the Cardinals, if you watch my other video, you know what their record is. I'm going to say they actually lose this game. And if you watch the Cardinals video, you already knew that, so bear with me. But yeah, I think Whether it's because they'll be resting starters because the division's already clinched up, or whether they just genuinely don't see what's coming from the Cardinals. I have them losing this game in a shocker and dropping their record to 10-7, and that will be their final record, 10-7. So yeah, 10-7 is my final record. For the time being, I have them at the top of the division. We'll have to see how my Seahawk prediction goes through and see if they get 10 wins or more than 10 wins. But I haven't done those yet, and when I do them, you'll obviously see them on this little list thing I have here. But yeah, 10-7, you'd think that'd be enough to make the playoffs, right? And I feel like the Rams in the regular season, I mean, not that they play bad in the regular season, but I feel like they'll dilly-dally a lot and drop games that they shouldn't drop. And that's why I don't have their record being better. I think they're a very good team. I genuinely do, but it's just, I feel like they always do this thing in the regular season where they kind of don't take it seriously. I mean, they take the postseason seriously, which I guess that's what truly matters. But yeah, that's what I have for the record. And that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it to this point. And I will have a Seattle Seahawks prediction video coming up soon. So I'll see y'all in that next video.